What annoys you most about celebrities and why? The consequences rarely fit the crimes they commit. Committing murder and having nothing happen to you because you're rich enough to avoid jail, and there's men in prison for 10+ years for weed dust. I had been seeing a therapist for a few months and was debating if I felt like it was a good fit. One session she mentioned something I should try out that she'd read in Goop. It wasn't therapy related, we had been talking about natural remedies for something, I can't remember. I stopped seeing her shortly thereafter. Since I was already on the fence about her, knowing she was a Goop fan helped sway that decision. Wait, hear me out. When you really think about it, celebrities are the jesters. Their job is to entertain the kings. So basically they are welcome at court and are able to live a life of privilege in the castle, but when they aren't entertaining enough for the king anymore, they become easily replaceable. So that means celebrities are just another pawn for the super rich people, but since those super rich people own companies that rely on the labor of the masses, their job is to also distract the peasants from the shitty lives we're living. So to us peasants, we see that the celebrities are living in the castle and we just assume they're the kings because of the lavish lifestyle they're living. But that just means they're doing their job and deflecting the attention away from the money-hungry rich people that hoard away their money while also hiring part-time workers that work full-time hours to avoid giving them benefits. What's even funnier is that you know it's true because we're having an entire conversation about celebrities, asking what annoys you most about celebrities. Thank you for coming to my High AF TED Talk. Like how when a celebrity is caught with drugs it's a scandal, but when a normal person does it it's 2 years in jail, and 5 years probation. Like when Cardi B admitted that she drugged men and robbed them. And nothing happened to her. And I also think it's bullshit how she won the Grammy for Best Rap Album. They are given so much free stuff but have the money to pay for it. Kendall Jenner: I tried stealing these designer trousers off set but they caught me. The designer found out and sent them to me anyway. Wait, are you serious? Yeah, 100%. She brags about it on her Vogue wardrobe tour vid. Imagine being such an entitled POS that she steals things she could buy with money she wouldn't even miss. Sometimes these designer items are not even sold. I don't know about this specific pair of pants, but a lot of fashion is one-off pieces for a shoot. Or it could like an actor stealing a prop from a set as a sentimental piece. Plenty of actors have admitted to swiping props and it's generally posted as a fun fact. Whether people hate the person for it or find it fun is just based on what they already thought of that person. This. Being huge into sneakers, I hate that I have to pay resale prices I can't afford while they get them for free, lol. Honestly jealous. It's so selfish of companies and celebrities to endorse giving to the privileged while ignoring people living in poverty. The first world's a bitch sometimes. Look what Company X has sent me. This amazing box full with delicious food / makeup / clothes, it's awesome. I recommend you guys to check it out and buy yourself their products. Oh, go fuck yourself. You people realize they're working, right? They're not getting free shit just for the fuck of it. They're advertising the product. Exactly. It's a business, yet it sucks from our perspective that people like that get free stuff. But from a company's standpoint, they want to market and sell their product, so if you got high-end celebrities or athletes using and promoting your product, the masses will follow. They don't annoy me. The fact that we, as a society, worship and shower them with wealth and platforms for their obviously useless opinions on complex issues is what is annoying. Haha, seems like no one is ready to have that conversation. Our adoration toward celebrities is reflected directly by our culture. It kinda seemed like that was gonna change in the beginning of the quarantine because of all the love doctors, nurses and scientists were receiving, but unfortunately it didn't stick. We need Ja Rule's opinion on this pandemic to get through this. I used to work at the BBC and the majority of them, either intentionally or unintentionally, were absolute arseholes. Simple stuff like getting up, walking across the room to get water is something they expect other people to do for them, chasing across the country in the pouring rain to deliver something to someone's house in the middle of nowhere because they wouldn't wait 30 seconds for a script, then screaming abuse at them when, by a miracle, they actually find your huge country house in the rain and dark that doesn't have a name or a number. I'm looking at you, David Frost, you massive cunt, or calling the police because they ring on your door to deliver something they were expecting. I won't name that one as they are still alive. So many of them with petty expectations or just plain rudeness. Paula Yates, may she rot in hell, I think was the absolute worst one of an overall very bad bunch. Don't get me wrong, some of them were lovely people. Kate Aid was extraordinarily nice, letting me wait in her London pad and insisting I had some sherry, but they were a distinct minority. David Bowie was also very nice. TLDR, what annoys me most about most celebrities is they are arrogant and fucking rude. Hugh Laurie, actor who played House, was a complete cunt who nearly lost me my job. Back in the 1990s he was on TV as part of a comedy double act with Stephen Fry. They were, at the time, in an advert for a building society called Alliance and Leicester. The tagline for the advert was, "You get a smarter investor at the Alliance and Leicester." I worked in the bank where Hugh Laurie had his account. He had ordered some traveler's checks and came in to collect them. I asked him to sign them, as everyone had to do. He refused. My boss backed me up and said the traveler's checks had to be signed in front of a bank employee. Eventually he signed them while calling me every name under the sun. After signing them I gave him his receipt, which showed there was a commission fee, as the T/Cs were in USA dollars. He then started berating me again. I then, rather foolishly said, "You should have gone to the Alliance and Leicester, after all, you get a smarter investor at the Alliance and Leicester." To say he went fucking ballistic is an understatement. He asked to speak to the manager who, after placating him, called me into his office and gave me a written warning. The word cunt does not begin to describe this arrogant twerp. He was universally hated by most of the bank's employees as he was rude to almost every department he dealt with. Another arrogant arsehole was Pete Waterman, who, at the time, was with Stock, Aitken, and Waterman. His partners were gentlemen who always treated staff with respect. However, Pete was a real shit who would have junior members of staff in tears by screaming abuse at them, usually for some minor infringement like not having his statement ready for his courier. It never ceases to amaze me how such privileged pieces of shit can treat ordinary workers like scum. You roasted a celebrity to their face. I wish I could have been there to see it. Paula Yates came to a restaurant I used to waitress at in Chelsea, must have been around 1998/99. She was vile and I've never served such a spoiled brat. Tiger Lily threw every single item on the table onto the floor, with force, but we had to keep putting stuff on the table because it was a restaurant. Her mother did nothing, and also ate nothing, just let her daughter crack on with making our lives a misery. There's a lot, but something recently just happened that made me furious. Ellen and her show is being investigated by their network for having a toxic work environment. Something that former and current employees are coming forward with. Celebrities are now hashtagging #IStandByEllen to show her support, and some like Katy Perry and Ashton Kutcher are saying I have always been treated with respect by Ellen. She has showed me nothing but kindness. She's a great person. Ricky Gervais was right when he said these celebrities are so out of touch with the real world. Of course she'd treat her famous guests nicely, because if she was rude they wouldn't come back and she wouldn't have a show anymore. It would just be her sitting in a couch and being a bitch to everyone. She doesn't even treat her celebrity guests well either. She almost made Taylor Swift break down on camera by consistently asking about her romantic past even when she told Ellen to stop. Started a fight with Dakota Johnson saying she wasn't invited to Johnson's Christmas party when she had been and turned her down after complaining the year before for not being invited even though Johnson didn't even know she wanted to come, and most famously forced Mariah Carey to confirm her pregnancy by making her drink just weeks before she miscarried. She's also mad degrading to minority guests like refusing to pronounce Hassan Minhaj's name correctly, forcing Psy to do his Gangnam Style dance and always asking invasive questions to K-pop guests she has on. Friend of mine worked for her. Said literally everything that's been said about Ellen that she's read online thus far is true. She's a total asshole and miserable to work for. Sad because Ellen was always one of those people who, when the world all felt wrong, you could watch her show and feel good again. Turns out it was all BS. Ellen doesn't laugh with you. She laughs at you.